What's up, guys? It's Book. A couple years ago, I launched this channel hoping that a system I developed would be successful for predicting the winners of March Madness games. Back in 2022, that system was overall unsuccessful, and I'll let you guys know that as soon as the writing was on the wall. Well, this year I'm giving it another go. I'm not recommending you take my picks out to the sportsbook or anything. I'm just posting my picks so you can see that they're legit, whether I win or I lose. Hopefully the adjustments I made this year will lead to more success in the overall picks and also financially. My picks are based on a system I developed which uses statistical analysis and a little bit of machine learning to guess the most likely outcome for each game. It probably sounds more complicated than it really is. I meant to take some videos and post them last time about how the system works, but I took a pretty big loss on that last project, about $700, so I wasn't too enthusiastic to show my work. This time around, I'm going to try to keep things simple so I can take some time to do more analysis and explain where something like a statistics-based system can go wrong when it comes to sports betting. I'm also going to be bringing my betting unit way down from what it was last time to $5 a game, so my risk is going to be pretty low. At the end of this, I don't expect to make a ton of money, like maybe $50 if I'm really successful this time around, but I genuinely enjoy these kinds of projects. So let's get into my March Madness bracket. These are my picks prior to round one. Just a couple notes about my bracket. First of all, my final four picks are all number one seeds. It's a pretty basic play, but statistically speaking, it's probably just the best bet. In the past 4 years, 4 number one seeds have made it to the final four, so that means on average getting one team to the final four on your bracket if you pick all one seeds to make it, and that means you get all the wins on the road to the final four as well. It might be a boring pick, but historically better seeds make it to the late rounds of the tournament, so it's a good pick, and sometimes good picks are boring. A lot of people like UConn to win the tournament this year. Back-to-back championships would be pretty cool. I think their season stats on both ends of the court, along with the number one seed and a championship last year, meaning they played quite a few games last year. I think those metrics are what makes my system really like UConn this year, but my system predicts Purdue and UConn in the championship game, which I'm not so sure about, given that both those teams have been knocked out of the tournament by underdogs twice in the past 4 tournaments, so something to keep an eye on. Something else that concerns me about the bracket is the low number of upsets. I only have 5 upsets on this bracket, which is 3 times less than the average number of upsets for a March Madness tournament. Just in the past 3 years, a 15 seed team has upset a number 2 seed and then made it to the Sweet 16 or even further in the tournament. So I'm a little worried that my upsets are too conservative, but back in 2022, my system picked the 11 seed Michigan upset in the first round. So maybe this year there won't be a Cinderella team, but who knows. Also, like the 6 seed BYU making it to the Elite 8 would be pretty fun, especially with their offensive strategy, but who knows, maybe they'll make it further. And then last, let's just talk about the confidence in each prediction on my bracket. So my system calculates 49 metrics that all make a prediction about a single game, and each metric gets a single vote. The majority vote is what guides the decisions on my bracket, so the confidence values that I'm going to show you just mean the percent of metrics that voted in favor of the winning team. So 100% of metrics agreed on the winners of these games, and unsurprisingly, they're mostly number 1 and 2 seeds with a few others in the mix. The system really likes a couple of teams like Arizona, Houston, UConn. Not too surprising, teams that we've seen in the tournament past couple of years. and the system likes Arizona so much that it actually was 100% confident that AZ will beat number 3 seed Baylor in the Sweet 16. So I'll be excited to see the money line on that game. 95% of metrics agreed on the winners of these games. These are a lot of 2s and 3s here, so not much to say except that a potential Final Four game was included in the mix, which is pretty interesting to me. I think UConn's win this season over UNC in December last year probably has a lot to do with this confidence, but my system will have to perform pretty well for us to even see this matchup, so hopefully we can see that and see how well it does. These games are the games that the system is pretty sure about. It's 85% confident or higher. This group includes a couple of upsets in the first round, and it's also shows UConn moving all the way from the first round into the Final Four. That makes me feel pretty good about my bracket and my championship pick. And then finally, these are just some matchups that the system is actually really unsure about. So these are 50% confidence, and pretty much these games could go either way. They include a couple of my second round upsets. So I would say of all the games during the tournament, these are the ones I probably won't bet on. And if I did bet on them, it would have to be a crazy, like, good money line. Like, I'm talking like 600. You know, you only see them every once in a while. So if I saw something like that, I might pick it, but I don't want to take a lot of risk on a game that doesn't have a really risky payout, you know, when my system can't even make up its mind. So, but yeah, anyway, that's my bracket for this year. It's also kind of why I think my system likes these picks. As March Madness goes on, I'll try to make some updates, and for sure at the end of March Madness, I'll do a bit of analysis on the picks and also the actions that I take at any sportsbook. Just keep you guys informed on that. But thanks for checking out my video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.